please work, please. Woohoo! I think we are live. Hello, bright and shiny beacons of light, and thank you, Bhavik, super producer. My apologies. Apparently, we had connectivity issues, specifically with Facebook this evening, that was keeping us from being able to, well, we were clicking the live button, and it wasn't working. We were clicking the live button, and it wasn't working, and so forth and so on it goes. It wasn't about me doing the laundry. What does that mean? Well, the running joke behind the scenes with Aya Bear, who is our super moderator extraordinaire, is before enlightenment, I'm not enlightened, but we're going to use this as quotes. Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, do the laundry for your wifey, or do the laundry for your family. I make no claim to be enlightened. I do make a claim to have done laundry just before going on air. We're going to have a lot of fun here tonight. We're going to talk about what your angels, your guides, your inner wisdom, whatever you want to define the whispering that you get or the screaming that you get at you in the middle of the night. We're going to talk about what the messages are that are coming to you at this time. So I'm going to pull open my notes. Thank you so much for being here. We are gradually getting a little bit shorter on the time of our shows and on our YouTube live events. We're trying to kind of surf the wave of the algorithm right now and see if and what makes the YouTube algorithm happy. We love you, algorithm. And so we're trying to figure that out. So we're going to tighten things up just a little bit. That and the fact that I, and you probably hear it, am recovering from COVID at the moment. I did great on class with the School of Mystics. No symptoms on Wednesday night. But I'm still working through things. And like in the morning, I wake up as if my throat is a little bit on fire and my nose just feels shredded. So it's an interesting time. But this is actually... Oh, now I'm going to cough, like for effect. It's an interesting time for all of us. And we've got the fourth supermoon in a row, and I don't know, a show of hands if I could see it. I didn't sleep very well last night. Maybe you did or did not. We're coming into a solar peak time period where, and I'm going to make sure I just got buzzing from multiple places. Okay, we're good. We are having solar storm after solar storm after solar storm, which is beautiful with the aurora borealis. But it means we are being pumped with so much energy during this time. And that's nothing to do with, or having nothing to do, I guess is the best way to put it, with politics, with storms, with floods. This is the year of floods, and I feel for you so much if you've been affected. This is such a powerful year energetically that it has been hard to sleep lately. And so speaking for myself, particularly with COVID and some other behind-the-scenes challenges this past week, last night, in the middle of the night, I was not sleeping, and my team knows this because they got a copy of his notes a little after midnight last night, or midnight my time on the East Coast, which meant that at 11 o'clock, I gave up going to sleep, and I channeled this, and it is a beautiful channeling, but it meant that I, like all of us, we're going through this energetically together. And energetically, we will get through this. We'll get through this, I'm going to call it special time, though I certainly wouldn't predict, and it's interesting, you have the Archangel Michael prediction show, I believe, next week. I wouldn't predict it to be at all what we expect it to be, no matter what size, shape, or color you would like your predictions or your results to be in. So, this is a show on the most important thing your angels and guides or inner wisdom needs you to know. And I want to mention that again because specifically about angels and guides, I label them angels because that's how they come to me. We can also call them guides. We can call them your inner wisdom. We can call them your higher self. I joke we can call it the giant cheeseburger in the sky. And I love to joke the giant vegan cheeseburger. The highest level voices that come to you in whatever form you resonate best with. If you're an angel's guy or an angel's woman, they come to you that way. If you're an inner wisdom person, they come to you that way. If you're a great pumpkin, Charlie Brown, they come to you that way. It doesn't matter the form they take. What's more important is what we're going to get into tonight and the message behind the form. And so if I look, and forgive me, I'll probably go to a bunch of tissue here tonight and as we get through this together, excuse me. If we look at the one most important thing that you get to know, it's not that you're not alone, which you aren't. It's not that you're great, which you are. It's not that you are one, which we all are. It's not that you're going to be all right, which you are. It's not that you're the creator, which you are. It's not that the whole world is going to be all right, which it is. And it's not that you're going to be okay after the elections, which I promise you, you will. It's not any of these things, and it's not all of these things. That's not at all the big picture message that they're trying to get across. The big picture message. Drum roll, please. And I used to have an actual drum roll key on my events here, and I don't know where that key went. And I'm looking, and all my buttons have gone everywhere tonight. That's okay. It's that you're not alone. You are not alone. You are supported, and that there are angels, guides, light workers, whatever we want to call this, and I'm not making light of it in any way, shape, or form, to help walk with you hand in hand through this process. Not just letting you know that you're going to be all right, which I promise you, you are. And you have not heard that enough. In fact, if you turn on the news, what I call the negative, worthless stimulation, I'm going to call it a fear box right now. Oh my God. And no matter what side, go to your news du jour. And I admit, not that I'm reading the news, but I do a 10-second look at the news with my finger on the X button before I go on air, before a class, and I go, they're playing me. They want me to think whatever is the side of the news I watch, that the other side is going to win, so that I freak out and I watch and read even more. We're being played. But the big picture message has nothing to do with that. The big picture message is that we're going to be all right, and that whatever we call this energy that's on the other side is waiting to help you right now, is waiting to guide you right now, is waiting to, we can say, shepherd you through the times right now, and crazy times indeed we're going through. So I had an interesting week, and got one earpiece off. Is that any better? I'm in this interesting place where the headset doesn't feel right now. Can I go headset free? Ooh, I feel sacrilege. I'm going to try going headset free right now. I think I did this last week with COVID as well, because there's this pressure. Although I'm feeling much better, and it's been over a week. I can't believe I have this on my desk. I was going to take a photo of it and throw it away. It's been a week, 9 days, since I tested positive. We could throw that thing away. Where am I going with this? It's been a challenging week, or was a challenging week with COVID, with all sorts of challenges. So what did I do last night? You've got this ginormous moon outside. You've got, I didn't even check on solar flare activity, but it's certainly not that low. You've got all these things taking place right now, let alone the negative, worthless stimulation, and lots of personal opportunities going on as well, because if I check my pulse, yes, I'm still human, so I still have personal opportunities. That's the word for it. And so I laid in bed for hours last night, going, I love you, I love you, please forgive me, I am sorry, thank you. I love you, please forgive me, I am sorry, thank you. I love you, please forgive me, I'm sorry, thank you. That's Ho'opono. It's a Hawaiian healing prayer that helps you ground into yourself, that helps you to heal your heart, that helps you to work on relationships with anyone and everything, because we are all one, because we're all connected, and because when we heal our heart, it ripples out to everybody else's heart around us. And so for hours, I was doing Ho'oponopono. Why? Because my heart gets to be healed. Your heart may get to be healed as well. Everybody's heart at this time gets to be healed. So I did Ho'oponopono like crazy. And then it was about 11 o'clock. I said, all right, that's not fully working. I am not feeling fully at peace. I flipped on my computer, didn't go surfing the web. I went to a nice Google Doc. I closed my eyes. I put on my headphones and some music. In fact, I would love to teach you how to do this on Tuesday evening. I'd love to teach you automatic writing. We'll talk more about that. But I went into automatic writing, and I said, I need help. That's what this time period is all about. That's why your angels and guides are coming to you right now. They're not coming to you because of who's going to win the election. They're not coming to you because of the planet on fire. And I'm not the first to say that, and I'm very okay with saying that. They're not coming to you because any of that. They're coming to you because we're not going to get through this time individually or collectively on our own. I need help. You probably do. You need help too. We all need help, especially in times of emergency. That's actually the topic, the theme of this week's automatic writing class. I'll teach you Tuesday how to communicate with your angels and guides and what to do in times of emergency. And I'm picturing in the other room, there's these little packets called Emergency, of which I've taken like 10,000, not just emergency, I stopped doing that, too much sugar, but like 10,000 IUs or something of vitamin C each and every day along with zinc. But it's like we need this packet to communicate with the other side at this time and to hear back. Times of emergency are the coolest times in the world to connect with the other side. One of my all-time favorite movies is it's more of a, I don't even know if kids movie is the right name of it. It's St. Ralph. It's a movie of a Canadian kid. And I'm up in Canada here. An awesome Canadian kid down by Toronto whose his mom is in a coma, and he hears from God, "You need to run the Boston Marathon. It's the miracle she needs to wake up." It's kind of wild. It's the miracle she needs to wake up. And he goes, after doing a bunch of training, he goes to a father in the priesthood, and he goes, "How do I communicate with God?" And the priest says, first off, don't share this story with anybody that God has come to you and says you need a miracle. He goes, I find it ridiculously easy after about mile 20 in a marathon for anybody to connect with God. And ain't that the truth? When the going gets tough, it's really easy for us to reach out. We just do need a technique so we can hear from the other side well, and we can discern. But when the going gets tough, it's really easy to communicate with the other side. I don't hear from them. We'll talk more about that. But it's easy to get that communication going. That's where humanity's at right now. That's why in times of need, when we're talking about what are the angels and guides trying to say, the biggest message tonight is talk with us, speak with us, come to us. We'll speak back. We'll help you. We'll guide you. We'll get you through this time. We are by your side. In my case last night, they said, we're by your side. We're by Jessica's side. We're by everyone's side. Meaning, if there's one thing you can do more than anything else at this time, it's to reestablish the connection between your angels, your guides, your higher self, whatever you want to call it, and yourself. So, of course, I teach automatic writing, and it's not the only game in town, but if you give a carpenter a hammer, everything becomes a nail. And so to me, I look at everything as an opportunity to communicate more with the other side. But I truly believe, and I'm hearing, nothing is more important during this time, and it is not a luxury anymore. It used to be a luxury. Oh, I'll speak with my angels and guides. This is foo-foo. This is light. Well, if you see my hair right now, I apparently am having a bad hair year. And so I'm just taking ownership of it. So, you want to communicate in any way you can right now. Why? Well, we all know about the powers that be, right? What are the powers that be? The powers that be are those that are in power want to stay in power. No big deal. It's not that they're so ooga booga dark. It's not that they're going to be lizards and that they're going to do you this or do you that. But they are going to strip you bare. They are going to make you bereft of energy. They are going to exhaust you during this time. It is hard. Go try to get through just the front page stories on whatever it is. New York Times, New York whatever, Epic Times, Fox Times, CNN Times. You get what I'm saying. Whatever is your game du jour, You will be exhausted by the end of page number 1, and things are only cranking up. What does that mean? It means that this guy, I'm not talking about me, but certainly me too, ain't going to have all the answers. The mind right now wants to scroll, not doom scroll. It wants to go on to whatever is your source du jour. It wants to go to wherever you're at and try to find the answers so it can feel safe, so you can sleep at night. But there is no logical answer to everything right now. There's no logical answer to almost anything. I'm a weather guy. I'm a weather nut. So I'm watching this little system, I think it was 94L yesterday, which means they call it an invest. What does that mean when the National Hurricane Center calls something an invest? To me, it means they've invested time in looking into it. But 94L is sleeping yesterday morning. Sleeping. Nobody's even on the forums. Nobody's even watching this thing. All of a sudden, it's a hurricane and probably topped out at a Category 2 out of nowhere. And nobody, relatively speaking, was paying a close eye to this thing. Now, there are a lot of weather nuts out there who will say, weather nuts. There are a lot of, let's come up with a better term than that. Weather experts out there who are paying a close eye, but it still took off and caught most people off guard. Why? Because the logical mind does not rule the day right now. There is no simple way to think our way through these times. The mind cannot understand a full understanding of what's going on at this time. It's too big. It appears too disconnected, too messy. It's almost impossible to try to put all of the dots, to connect all the dots at this time. And so the mind falls short, and the mind feels almost feverish. In fact, in a minute, I'm going to come out of this sweatshirt because the mind is trying to keep up, and it cannot. It will always fall short and will continuously be left hanging during this time. And that's okay. In fact, we get to be okay with not being okay during this time. I guess that's where we should go in the School of Mystics. I've got a massive clearing on Wednesday, School of Mystics, and I feel like that clearing gets to be, and the clearing is about removing other people's junk is what we're going to do in this Wednesday School of Mystics. But we almost get to do a teaching about it's okay to not be okay. Truly, it's okay to not be okay during this time. And I just bumped my mic, and so I am going to make sure that is okay. And yes, I can see my mic levels. And so in that case, that is okay. But it is so important that we're okay with not being okay during this time. Because okay is it's a false precept set up by the mind. The mind is going through the checklist. Am I safe? Am I secure? Is my country all right? My state all right? My roof all right? My insurance all right? At some point, stable environment, hello. At some point, it ain't gonna feel okay. Somebody's talking about weather bringing us closer. Yeah, that's a cool thing, Fuzzy Tiger Cat. We are all being brought together closer through this not okayedness, which is okay. Forgive me. The mind's going to continuously be left hanging. The mind is going to be screaming at you out of fear, out of worry, out of concern, out of a complete lack of understanding of your life, personal, professional, or otherwise. I can only speak for myself because last night my mind was going. And I've got meditation, I don't know about dialed. I'm pretty darn good at it. I was invited to Thailand along with Jessica years ago to teach at a retreat center mindfulness. We held space at a meditation center. So we're pretty darn okay. I'm not going to be filled with hubris. I can use a lot more practice myself. But last night, my mind was going, and we get to be okay with not being okay because the mind can't have the answers during this time. It can't have the answers to the country. It can't have the answer to planet Earth, to the climate, to any of this stuff, to to a NASA, to a full disclosure, a Stephen Greer. None of this all adds up on some level. And the mind goes, why? Because we need to go supra. Now I'm thinking of the Toyota Supra. No, we don't need to go Toyota Supra, and I'm not sponsored by Toyota, but we need to go supra mind, above and beyond the mind, deep within beyond the mind. That's where we get to go during this time. None of this can be fixed with a conscious mind, nor can anybody's relationships, anybody's finances, anybody's business, anything cannot be fixed with the linear-based mind during this time. We can't reason our way out of it because we have to go beyond it. And every time we think we can reason our way out of it, and well, I've got a meeting with my dream team tomorrow, every single time I go, well, I think we figured the algorithm out. I don't even dare say that anymore. I don't even dare come close to saying that. What we find is something's changed. Something didn't work. Something went a different way. Why? Because we are going to keep having, in a sense, the screws turned us until we learn that the answers aren't coming from the mind. Now, I can hear somebody in the other room right now, and that's great. So I'm going to go back to hiding with the headphones on. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the sweatshirt first, because I'm warming up. Then I'm going to put on the headphones on. Then we're going to continue. Hold on, everybody here. Hold on. All right. Let's see if a noise canceling at its finest. And if not, then I can go close this studio door. Okay, we shall see how this goes. I feel like closing the studio door. Bear with me 1 second. Yes, I'm going to jump off camera, but I will be right back. Here we go. All right. Kitty outside the door. There we go, right there. Hopefully you can still hear me. I know Aya Bear's going, oh, I hope when he gets up he doesn't have any of those crazy shorts on tonight. I am known for that. That's a story for another day. All right. We get to go to a higher mind. We get to go to a higher power. We get to go to a higher level understanding of what's going on during the world, or in the world, which means whether it's automatic writing, and I'll share just before the end a little bit more about automatic writing, whether it's automatic writing, whether it's hugging a tree and hearing back from the tree, whether it's whatever process you know or can be taught, you get to find your technique. Again, go to a carpenter, he's going to suggest a hammer. So my hammer is automatic writing. You get to find your technique during this time so that you can go to your angels, your guides, and go, what the flip is going on? Or I'm in Quebec and I love practicing my French, and so please remember what the French is going on. Ask what's going on. Yes, I'll teach you Tuesday if you want. Come join me Tuesday. I'll teach you automatic writing, particularly for emergencies. But we get to ask, what is going on during this time? What's going on as a country? What's going on as a planet? What's going on for everything right now? And what's going on in my life? This is huge. What's going on in my life? Why am I here? Or what's going on? Why am I in this place in life right now? One of the questions that I like to ask is, how do I get through this time? What do you mean get through? Don't you have a higher level solution? Let's be honest. Right now, it feels kind of touch and go for all of us, doesn't it? A little bit touch and go on some level. What time on Tuesday? And it will be recorded in case you can't make it live. Aya Bear will have that information. I believe it is 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. I know she will put it in the chat. We get to ask, how do I get through this challenging time? Now, I love giving out a message that we are the creators and we create pure goodness. This is true. We are the creators and we create pure goodness. And you are far more amazing, far more capable, far more everything than you ever imagined yourself to be. And this is a huge, powerful message. but it can't be the main message. In the past, I would say, you're the creator. That's good. That's strong. You are all powerful. That's good. That's strong. But if you don't have a roadmap or a blueprint, you can get completely lost. That's where we're at today. If I say, you're the creator, dream big, or I say, you're the creator, you can fix and clear up anything, which actually there's a reason I'm doing the clearing in the School of Mystics Wednesday, because we get to clear a bunch of junk. But if I say you can clear anything, what is it I need to get clear? What is it I need to get clear on? Where do I want or need to go from here? This is the big deal. So yes, Wednesday, I'll clear wounds. I'll clear all the gifts that's been given to you by others. But that's not the main point here. The main point is no matter how much you think you're a creator and think you're all powerful, and this is true, it still doesn't give you the direction you need. If I gave you a magic wand and say you can change anything, it would kind of be like one of those movies where we start going boom, boing, 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 until we all of a sudden go, is there any way I can change things back to the way they were? Because I haven't made things a lot better. I've actually made them, quote, worse in many ways. Why? And that's kind of the lottery effect. How many people have won the lottery and gone bankrupt? Why? They didn't get the direction they need. They didn't get the understanding they need. They didn't get the connection to the other side that we all need. How many of us have heard of rock and roll stars, Hollywood stars, other kind of stars who have forgiven me, bumped themselves off because they were struggling so badly, because they felt lost, because they felt lonely, because they felt isolated or all by themselves? Maybe you feel that too. Isolated, all alone, lonely, lost. It almost sounds like a mantra. Isolated, lonely, all alone, lost. Isolated, lonely. Cancel, cure, release. We get to go to the other side so that is clear, that is gone. That's why you want to learn something like automatic writing, or practice something like automatic writing, or whatever is your technique du jour, whatever feels right for you. And again, I teach automatic writing, so I'm going to go automatic writing is the greatest, automatic writing is the greatest, but there are many greatest out there. Let's be honest. It's whatever works for you. And yeah, I teach Tuesday night, but it's whatever works for you. But we need that at this time, whatever process works for you, because we need to get past this thinking mind and get a blueprint from the other side. If without that, we feel lost, we feel unstable, we feel alone, we feel like we don't know where to turn, myself included. Last night I'm going, I love you, please forgive me, I'm sorry, thank you. I love you, please forgive me, I'm sorry, thank you. The mind's going, I. I love you, please forgive me. Oh, wait, I better go to my automatic writing. And yes, they'll talk to me in between, but they're saying, we need to download a message for you. And I go to the message, and all of a sudden, it's completely clear. Oh, and all of a sudden, I'm at peace. Oh, and all of a sudden, I feel so much better. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we need right here during this time. When you connect with the other side, whatever's the process for you, you're no longer going to feel as lost. You're no longer going to feel as alone. You're not going to feel like you don't know where to turn or have this hollow, empty, or uncertain feeling. Or, let's be honest, what's the feeling du jour? Dread. Oh my God, what's going to happen next? Oh my God, what's going to happen tomorrow? Oh my God, what's going to happen when I check my email? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And it's a time when the world feels like it's against each other. It feels like it's man against man, cat against dog. It ain't any of those things. But that is what it feels like. Or it feels like our country, whatever country that is. So today I'm in Quebec. Tomorrow I'll be back in the States. It feels like our country has turned, our countrymen, strange term, the country people, there we go, that's better, have turned against each other, and we feel more alone than ever and more disconnected. You ever been in New York City or whatever is your big city du jour, where there's all these people around you, and yet you feel all alone? That's what the world feels like today. There's a feeling of isolation, alienation, and disconnect, and it gets to stop now. How? Connect on a daily basis. Do automatic writing. Do whatever similar process works for you. Something where you can hear your angels and guides or beyond your thinking mind on a daily basis. We need to hear from someone or something greater than ourselves. Not hear from a priest, or not hear from a pastor, not hear from somebody who wants to be that middle man or middle agent for you. But you want a relationship. Wow, that's interesting. I'm going back. So I've done a lot of religion. And I can remember back, oh my gosh, evangelical church, 25, 30 years ago. Oh my God, many a year ago. And they said you had to develop a relationship with your Savior. And I would say, let's go beyond that. We have to develop a connection with Source, with universe, with God, with angels, with guides, with inner wisdom, with giant cheeseburger, with great pumpkin. We need to get to develop this relationship where we're completely talking back and forth. We're loved and we're supported and we're given information about our lives. I call this being in commune with the other side. What is the difference between communication and commune? Communication is, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Commune is continuously speaking, continuously hearing back. How am I doing, universe? You're doing well. You're feeling alone. You get to connect more. Everything's going to work out, Michael. Everything is going great. Are there any key steps that I get to take? Yes, here's what we recommend that you do. Oh, okay. Is there anything that I need to focus on today? Well, yes, actually, you're moving in a week and a half, so we get to keep moving that needle forward. We get to spend even more time with your loving wife. We get to spend even more time being in that supportive place. We get to, oh, okay, thank you. And I'm literally hearing those things as I'm speaking them to you. That's what it means to be in commune or be in constant communication with the other side. That's what's most important during this time. And honestly, that's the only thing that works. That's the only thing that works during this time. If you think you can do it with thought, we get lost. If you think you can do it by rationalizing your way out, you get lost. So, it's not that we need to go to our angels and guides and go, save me. Hey, spoiler alert. You don't need to be saved. You're going to be fine. You are infinite. You are divine. You are all powerful. You are a fractal holographic representation of the everything, which means you are the one. You are part of the one. You're not the whole of the one. But you don't need to be saved. But what we all need is to feel less lost, less alone in the world. So what's the short and sweet message? To take time every day moving forward. In a process, in a practice, in a commune, not meaning a group singing Kumbaya, that might work too, of deep connection or deep communion with the other side to continuously reach out, to continuously ask questions. Note, I'm not a very good follower. I'm not going to follow a voice in my head. I'm not going to follow a voice on paper. And automatic writing is you go into this meditative state. You don't have to be able to meditate. You put pen to paper or clickety-clack on the keyboard, and you hear from the other side, and then you ask questions to the other side. You can question everything. Everything. And yes, I'm a shameless plug. Tuesday night, I'd be happy to teach it to you. And if you can't afford to come, Contact us. We got a limited number of scholarships. Let's get you in and get you communing with the other side. We all need this during this time. Again, automatic writing or whatever works for you. Why? Well, unplugged, let's use a good, would it be an Austin Power terms? Maybe a James Bond term. Just a whole weird thing to itself, a license to kill. We're going to move past that. We're not going to pick on our quote unquote heroes tonight. However, unplugged, we're dangerous. We're dangerous. We are dangerous walking around when we are not plugged into spirit, to source, to the voices on the other side, so to speak. We make bad decisions. We may sink our ship. I'm looking at my hair. We may have a bad hair year. This is actually going pretty good. I'm joking about that. But when we act all out of head, we act all out of fear, and it feels like there's often nothing we can do to right the ship. Or we feel completely disempowered. Why? Because the answers never come from the conscious mind. Ooh, wow, did you see that flash of light that just came off of my light next to me? Oh, that was cool. Now, you'll have to replay that if you didn't catch that. The answers will never come from the conscious mind. They're going to come super above it. They're going to come beneath it. They're going to come inside of it, meaning they're going to come from the greater mind, or mind with a capital M. That mind is always here, always waiting, always ready to be in discussion, always ready to commune with you. So if you learn a process, here's the key point. Because so many of us have done I'll take this class with this teacher. I'll take that class with that teacher. I'll do this 1 week intensive. I'll do this travel to Machu Picchu. Oh, that would be cool. Intensive. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll do the other. Take one process. Now, carpenter, I'm going to recommend. Learn automatic writing on Tuesday. Use that process. But use whatever process you want. But take that one process and use it there goes the light again. Use it every single day without fail. That changes everything. If you take one process and use it every single day, you hear from the other side, you get guidance, you get direction, you don't feel as lonely. You may still, like me, wake up in the middle of the night or be going, in the middle of the night, but guess what? Then you crack out your journal and get busy, and all of a sudden you go, whew. Now I could find my way through this. And that's what happened last night. I had some big things to work on, and I found my way through it to the other side by welcoming in my angels and guides. So, like I said, we're going to keep this a little bit on the shorter side of things, so I am going to open this up to questions now, and then we will wrap things up a little bit earlier than usual right now, because basically the YouTube premieres are getting a little bit shorter, which means that the YouTube Live events get to be a little bit shorter, so they match time-wise. Why is that so important? Well, if I have one event that's long and one event that's short, what ends up happening is the YouTube algorithm says, people aren't staying around for that event very well. That didn't go so well. People are staying a long time for this other event, which means the other event did even worse. That didn't go so well. And it stops sharing the show. Somebody just asked, Peaches, how can I seduce somebody via YouTube chat? Okay, that's the greatest question ever, Peaches. When you figure that out, please let us know. Because normally, I know there's some tongue-in-cheek. I would say that we can't. We just get to be the biggest, most amazing attraction magnet in the room is the best thing. But that was just too funny of a question. All right, let's open it up to some questions here. And again, if you can't afford to join, we'll have a discount code. If you can't afford to join and you want to come join me Tuesday night, always record it in case you can't make it live, where I'll be teaching you automatic writing. Actually, let me tell you for just a minute what automatic writing is, and then let's go into the Q&A. But if you can't afford to make it, let us know. Let's get you in, because really, at the end, and if you do come join us, bring all your friends and family. Get in an automatic writing party. You paid for one seat, bring 10 people, then 20 people. Broadcast it to a stadium? Ah, heck, broadcast it to a stadium if you'd like. But the more that we learn how to communicate with the other side and hear back, the more it changes everything. And I truly do mean that. I was invited to a Nobel Peace Prize conference a few years ago. And you have luminary after luminary after world leader after world leader. And these are people who've done some pretty cool things. And I'm thinking, how much cooler would it be as we round the bend to this new evolution of humanity if they're all, obviously they're plugged in, but all able to hear crystal and clear to the other side, to hear back and to have these conversations at the highest level. Yes, Mystic Fish, go get an automatic writing party going. This is my, what is the term for it? Not challenge for you. This is my charge to you. Go ahead and get an automatic writing party. All right, let me tell you what automatic writing is in a second, then let's open it up to some questions. Excuse me. You don't have to be able to channel. You don't have to be able to write. You don't have to be able to do anything. For myself, I cannot say that I had channeling ability or anything of the sort. I could hear a little bit from the other side, but I didn't know what to do with it until I started automatic writing. And it's a process where you do a couple simple prayers. You put on a headset, you listen to some theta brain entrainment music, you put your pen on paper and you write out those prayers, and then the pen keeps moving or your fingers keep tapping on the keyboard. It's not like somebody has grabbed your hand and all of a sudden is writing and you're going to have bruise marks. It doesn't work that way. But what happens is you kind of lubricate the connection with the other side of the veil, and they keep the connection going. At the beginning, you ask a few very, very simple questions. What do I need to know today? A few other questions, and they give you guidance on life. But then as you dive in, so at first I equate it to kind of having two tin cups and a string in between. Then it becomes a dial-up connection. Then it becomes cable connection. Then a fiber optic connection. Then a fiber optic tunnel. And as this connection grows stronger and stronger, you start to hear from your angels and guides all throughout the day, not just. And somebody's talking about, I went to a peace conference once in the UN, with religious spiritual leaders from all around the world. A profound experience. Absolutely. Absolutely. You start to make this connection that will not leave you. Now, in challenged moments, it's hard to hear from anything. That's why I went into Ho'oponopono last night, and that's why I went back into my writing. And my writing is my safe spot. My writing is where I'm going to hear very clearly from my angels and guides, Michael, here's what's working, here's what's not, here's what you get to do, here's what you get to change, here's what you get to take action on immediately, here's what you get to say, here's where you get to go. Thank you. And suddenly, everything works out better because you're getting that guidance. That's what automatic writing is. Again, you don't have to be able to write. You don't have to be able to channel. Anyone can do it and can learn it very quickly. I'll teach it to you Tuesday evening, Wednesday morning. You're going to start channeling that fast. Will you channel a whole poetry, prose, or novel? A few people will. Most will get a little bit on the first day, and then it grows stronger and stronger and stronger still. Will you get lifelong guidance? Yes. Will you hear from your loved ones on the other side? If you wish. All of that. And there are many techniques, but this is the technique that I use and the techniques that I would love to teach you. And a last comment, and then let's open it up to a few questions. I can remember years ago, Jessica and I, my wife Jessica and I, were rebuilding our lives. We're living in her childhood home. We had been ejected off of Maui. We were living in her childhood home in New Jersey. And we're going out for a walk, and I was doing automatic writing, and our show had taken off, and everything was taking off in our lives. And Jessica's like, you need to write a book on automatic writing. And I'm like, the guides have been telling me the same thing. And she's like, well, maybe you should listen. And I'm like, they've got the wrong guy. Because I'm going, I don't have any skills. I don't have any abilities. This has nothing to do with me. I may be able to do it, but I don't even know how I'm doing it. Everybody can do this. Everybody, and that certainly means you. Everybody, everybody, everybody. All right. Let's go into a few short, quick questions. And then I will see you Tuesday night for automatic writing if you'd like to join me. See you Wednesday for an amazing clearing. We're going to clear everybody else's gunk and energy off of you in the School of Mystics. And then, we have Sarah Landon on Thursday with an election prediction show. A huge, powerful show with Sarah Landon this Thursday. How does it get any better than this? All right, let us get to the questions. I'm going to take some water here. Oh, cool. Leo said, I just shared the Ho'oponopono prayer today with a small group of people. Huge, Leo. Thank you. It's obviously not my prayer, but thank you, because it makes a difference. It makes a huge difference. All right. All right. From Zena. I've recently lost most of my sleep and am afraid of not getting it back to normal. How do I let go of my fear, which, while it is affecting the quality of my life? All right, Zena, first off, the energies are huge at this time. Huge. So what does this mean? Chances are you will get that sleep back, but it could be a little bit challenging at the moment. Which means ultimately, Zena, and this is going to sound awful, and this is something I was having a talk with Jessica about last week, because I wanted to take her smartwatch, and I wanted it to politely disappear for a very, very long time. It is way too easy to get caught up in the metrics. It is way too easy to be caught up in the numbers right now. It is way too easy to be caught up in the fear that I'm not getting enough sleep. And you may not be getting enough sleep. If I look at my watch, I wonder if I can show that to you. This isn't a badge of pride. Here we go. See if I can show this to you. This is where we're at. This is real world. I don't know if you can see that. Come on, watch. Come on into focus. Well, what it is saying there, it's not wanting to show it bright, is it's saying sleep score 40. It says 3 hours and 25 sleep, 3 hours and 25 minutes sleep, quality poor, short and unbalanced, sleep insight. Here it is. I don't know if you can read that. You slept too little and your overall quality was low. You may feel very tired today. Okay, I'm not saying that as a badge of pride. This is where humanity is at right now. So what do? We let go. And that's why I go to automatic writing or some process to get myself outside of myself, but we let go. Okay, I'm overtired. It's going to be all right. Okay, that didn't go as expected. I'm going to be okay. Okay. At the end of the day, Zena, excuse me, and you're going, yeah, but you just had COVID. It's true. But at the end of the day, Zena, you are an energetic being. You're a divine, immortal, energetic being having an energetic experience in human form. You're unstoppable. Ooh, the light just flickered bright again. That was too cool. You are unstoppable. So we don't worry about how much we get. So Tasha, I know a lot of people said radiation, don't wear the smartwatch, do wear the smartwatch. In my own opinion, and it's just my opinion, I've done a lot of muscle testing and a lot of work, it's okay. That's my opinion, Tasha. And I've had a lot of naturopaths say don't wear it, and I've had others that say it's totally okay. But what's most important is we don't get wrapped up around the fear of any of this. So it's like when I teach tapping, Zena. When I teach tapping can help take somebody out of pain. It can help take somebody out of fear. It can take somebody out of so many things. But here's the thing. Let's say you broke your leg and you go, oh my God, I'm in so much pain. And you come to me and I say, well, I don't have a specific painkiller that I can give you, but I can do some tapping. And you go, what's that going to do? You're going to do tapping and that's going to relieve my pain? Well, let's try it. What's your number of your pain? Oh my God, it's a 10. And we tap and all of a sudden it's 7 or 8 and we tap again and it's a 6 or 7 and it's 4 or 5 and then we get it down to, I don't know, a 2, 3, 4. And you go, how did you get the pain down? Was it magic? No. What I did is release the fear that coupled to the pain. So yeah, there's the exhaustion, Zena, but there's also the fear that's coupled to the exhaustion. If we can strip that away, you're going to feel that much better because you're going to be clipping along more efficiently rather than focusing on the fear about the lack of sleep that you got. Okay, next question. We're going to take 5 beautiful questions here tonight. From Julian. How do I hear from my angels after the unexpected passing of my daughter? And oh my God, Julian, I'm so sorry. And I know the words don't do it justice. No words can do it justice. When you're ready, she's ready. When you're ready, certainly, automatic writing, I can teach you how to do that. So many teachers can do that as well. And this isn't an itchy nose tell of poker or anything. You can learn this in automatic writing. But you can also start with a medium, with a channel, with somebody in between if you feel you need to. But I would, at some point, I would take the Suzanne Giesman approach, which is to say, I would say, I'm going to do this every single day, whatever is your approach. I'd say automatic writing, but whatever is your approach. I'm going to do this every single way until I hear from her. And I promise you, probably sooner than later, you will. The only reason that I say it may take you some time is we tend to, and I thank you, Zena, you've got this. We may block things initially. We may not. It's not the same thing what I experience as versus you experience, but Hannah Bear is a twin sister, and her sister we lost in utero, in an operation that was required to save Hannah Bear's life. And her sister transitioned. And I was able to reach out to her right away. And she's my main guide now, every single day. Her name is Miraku, or Hannah Bear plays with her every night and calls her Miku. And so I reach out to Miraku or Miku each day. It's not the same thing. I get it. She wasn't here in the fully physical realm. But on the other hand, it is the same thing, and you can connect. Automatic writing, absolutely, positively. In fact, when you take the class, you get all these different modules with it. And so we have a live class, but you also get a video-based program, and there are many modules on connecting with your loved ones on the other side. It's going to be a matter of choosing which practice you desire and just sticking in there day after day, without attachment, without a need. And the more you go, I release, the sooner, Julianne, she is going to speak to you. And I promise you that. From Monica, I'm missing angel messages. What do I look for? I do ask and talk to them, but I'm still missing whatever they're trying to tell me. Monica, A, that's why I like a process like automatic writing. I'm very biased about this, is because then you can ask specific questions. B, look for the signs. Start writing them down. Am I getting angel numbers? Usually I have a feather on my desk. Am I seeing feathers? Am I seeing repeating anything in my life? Do I keep hearing songs that just stick in my head? Your angels try to get to you in so many different ways. I would carry what I call a miracle journal with me. A miracle journal is where you write down all the synchronicities you're getting. You write down all the repeating digits that you get. You write down all the funny and unusual things you hear. You write down all the times you thought about somebody and suddenly they called you or anything of that sort. And then you read through them again every single day, Monica. And what you'll find is your angels are reaching out to you every single day in every single way they can. We just get to have the presence or the silence or the space in order to hear back from them or in order to start that communication process. So while I say, do automatic writing every single day, I'd say automatic writing is not about the automatic writing. What do you mean? Well, first off, it's about this energy that you're sharing with the other side. And secondly, it's about that space that you are holding each and every day to hear from the other side. That's what's most important. So that's where I would play this game right now. Jack Grimaldi. Michael, have you looked into patents on weather modification technologies? It's extensive. Yes, Jack. I haven't focused so much on the patents. I know they're out there. I've had Dr. Stephen Greer on the show. I've known about a lot of different stuff for, oh my gosh, back in our Maui days, 10, 15 plus years ago. Here's my belief, though. Just my belief, Jack. Oh, and you comment so much. I love you, Jack. I love you, Jack. I love you, Jack. Here's my belief. No matter what is or is not going on, no matter what is controlled or is not controlled, the only thing we can control is in here. The only thing we can control is in here. Are people doing funny stuff? Certainly. Are they doing funny stuff with these most recent storms? I don't pretend to have a clue. I have absolutely no idea. Does it matter? Well, on the one hand, as we rise up, not in a negative way, but as we all come together hand in hand, all of the monkey business stops. And at the same time, what's most important is we don't go to a state of victimhood. If we say, is the technology that caused this or the other thing, you're doing this to me, we victimized ourselves twice. First, whoever the powers that be have victimized us, but the second is we put ourselves in victimhood. If we say, that may be going on, but I live in an alternate reality where I am the creator, and I can create that monkey business out of existence, and I can create a new reality for my children, and I can create a new reality for all of us, including those doing the monkey business. Now you're talking. Now you're playing the game at a higher level. One puts you in victimhood and takes your power away from you. The other says, let's rock this world with everything we've got, not despite the monkey business that's going on, but even because of it. This was the final straw, whatever is that straw for you, to help me start doing the work on the inside and to help me to finally start bringing myself into that sacred place, bringing all of us into that sacred place to play the highest level game we can. And I get it about climate. I read about climate every day. But again, the answer is not going to just be found with rational thought. Doesn't mean we don't be prudent. Doesn't mean we don't make different decisions. Doesn't mean we don't choose different leaders until we actually choose the highest level leaders, which are the benevolent leaders that actually want to empower us. Now that's real leadership. And at the same time, we get to do all the work we can in here. But Jack, nothing wrong with educating yourself at all. Nothing wrong with getting out a message. Nothing wrong to doing what pulls on your heart at this time. And I can feel how powerful and important this is to you. And so thank you for sharing. And I truly do mean that, Jack. All right, couple last questions here. We're going to do a really short meditation, and then we will call it good. Hot Roddus. Ooh. How do you deal with the mind having expectations at this time to avoid disappointment? Ooh, it's a brilliant question. Oh, she did it again. Oh, no. Oh, there it is. Hold on. My Sharky ball. Okay. This isn't a ball that's like an 8-ball where you're going to ask it questions and just give you an answer. But there is a shark in here. But it turns out the shark has a smile. What we do is we look at our expectations. We look at anything that's on our monkey mind. We look at anything. And Aya Bear can put a way that you can get in touch with her so that we can get you a scholarship guiding light. We look at these things so that we can release them. I want things to be a certain way, but I release it. It doesn't have to be this way. I need something, but I release even that because it doesn't have to be that way too. Somebody just mentioned everything is happening for us and through us, not to us. That has to do with expectations as well, happening through us and for us, not to us. And so we release all of it by letting go of the need for it to be a certain way. Let me let you in on one last secret, Hot Roddist. I'm going to take one more question. Hot Roddist. And I'm going to take one more question, and we're going to go into a really brief meditation. It's okay to be disappointed. Let me say that again. I feel like crying. It's okay to be disappointed. There is no need to say, I'm Superwoman, I'm Superman, I'm a super it, they, them, whatever, however you define yourself, and to say that I am above feeling what I feel. Bogusnosity. Don't be above feeling what you feel. Feel it. Feel it fully. Feel it completely. Oh my gosh, what is that song I'm hearing? The angels love playing with me. Na 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 na. Sing a song, feel of this, happy, live the whole night long. I guess it's a song about hearing your emotions. Not happy, not sad. Oh my gosh. I don't even know the song that's coming through right now. But the point is, thank you, Spirit. Feel your emotions fully, but simply let go at the same time of the way they have to be. That really frees you up. It allows you to live in this world and to rock it, because you're still going to be disappointed. I'm still going to be disappointed. Again, I joke tongue-in-cheek about before enlightenment, after. No. Pulse, same as anybody else. I'm still going to have as much disappointment and heartache and heartbreak and all of it. But if you can let go of the attachment, the gig is up. You catch, oh, I see what's going on. Well, I want X, I got Y. There's a reason for it. And it may have really hurt like a son of a gun. But there's still a reason for it. I just got off the phone with a dear friend who did amazing at a race yesterday that I was so excited, because I was running and I believe I could have kept up with him. And I was so excited to do the race yesterday. Except, did I mention that I had COVID this week? Yeah. Wasn't happening. Disappointed. Such a minor disappointment. There are bigger disappointments. Loss of a loved one, loss of an occupation, loss of a dream, loss of health. But it's okay to be disappointed. And then we still get to let go. Celestiana, I am so sorry. Now you're talking real loss. I'm sorry. She said, my friend and colleague crossed over suddenly last Sunday. That's huge. You feel that, Celestiana. It's not so much heal that. You allow yourself to grieve. We allow ourselves to be human through this process. We allow ourselves to feel whatever we need to feel, and at the same time, we can know there's something more. All right, last question of the evening, and then a very, very, very short meditation. Mystic. Yeah, I'm going to go to Mystic last. I have a dog who is very close to crossing over. Can awe help communicate with him? Oh, heck yeah. It can help you in your peace for your dog. And I'm so sorry, Mystic Fish. It can help you with peace for yourself during this time. It can help you find out what your dog needs during this time. It can help both of you have greater peace during this time. It can help you, not that your dog needs more assistance, but call in even more assistance for your dog during this time to help your dog cross over. And then it can help you communicate with him or communicate with her even more quickly once they've transitioned. But it is a huge gift to work with your dog with automatic writing during this time. I've done it with Sir Meowsers. I've done it with all of my animals, but in particular, more with when any of my animals is in need. Sir Meowsers, Roo, so many of my pets, before they've transitioned, I'm not talking about Sir Meowsers transitioning, but wanting to understand their health needs at any point in this process can be huge. Yeah, I'm thinking of my Vole, of all things, the coolest little guy, Mole, and his needs before and after he transitioned as well. So absolutely mystic fish. So again, we're going to have automatic writing Tuesday night. I would love to invite you. I'd love to teach you how. I'd love to offer you a special discount to be able to join. And I'm going to teach you not just how to communicate with your angels and guides, but how to get answers from them in time of emergency, in time of crisis, in time of greatest need. And if you can't afford to come, we're going to put, I think my team will put down here how you can get in touch with us so we can get you a scholarship so you can get in. Again, if you get one seat, have an automatic writing party. Get a whole bunch of people around the flat screen, the big screen, the computer screen. Grab some popcorn, bring your journals. Let's learn it all together. Because the more that we learn how to communicate with the other side, the more everything becomes easier. So I'm going to do a really, really short, like a 2-minute, love you, Mary Fryer, love you, everybody who's here tonight. Going to do like a 2-minute, yes, Beverly Nickerson as well, Carpenters, all together as one, meditation, and then we'll call it good. And I'm looking at the time and I'm learning how to do this a little bit faster. Thank you so much for joining here tonight. So first I'll take a sip of water. I'm already part of the School. Mystic Fish, you rock. So we just get to be... I want you to play with it, Mystic Fish. Play with your automatic writing of communicating with your dog without attachment, just in that place of prayer. All right, hold on here. Oh, and I hear Meowser's crying. He's going, you're talking about me. I have needs. So I'm going to get to Sir Meowser's needs in about 2 minutes. And for those who are asking, he is doing absolutely great. I'm not sure what he needs right now at the moment. 2 minutes, Meowsers. 2 minutes. All right. Let's see. Where are we going with tonight? Okay, cool. All right, here we go. We're going to do a short little meditation. I'd like you to do is close your eyes. And thanks for joining me here tonight. And thank you, Dream Team. Close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose, down to the belly, and out through the nose. In and out. In and out. In and out. As you keep breathing in and out through the nose, nice and slow and gentle, I want you to imagine that we have a giant circle, loving, supportive circle, sort of like our School of Mystics, a loving giant circle of people here tonight watching this YouTube event, all here together, past, future, and present. And we all form, it's like we're on this most amazing beach, and we all form a giant circle together. And we breathe in together as one, and out together as one. In as one, and out as one. One more time. In and out. Now, as we're on the beach together, we've been holding hands, we decide to sit down wherever we're at. We release hands, and we notice that suddenly in our hands is a journal. Ooh, goody. Take a look at this journal. Maybe it has like dragons carved in the cover, or serpents dancing, or unicorn, or elves, or whatever it is. But this is a very special, sacred journal to you. It feels good. It feels great. What's more interesting is that dangling out of this journal, attached by a beautiful golden ribbon, is the most amazing pen. Ooh, perfect. And you go, all right, the gig is up. I'm on to you, universe. But what you realize is, as we're sitting here, you can go into automatic writing without even knowing automatic writing. How does it get any better than this? But in this sacred space, right here, right now, in your mind's eye, you can communicate with your angels and guides. And so you start writing in this journal. You start writing, you start saying, angels and guides, what do I need to know right now? And they start writing back to you about how you're loved, about how special you are, about something else entirely. And so you start writing more and more, page after page after page, until you have the most amazing notes, the notes of the universe, the notes that are a guide, that are a guiding light, that are a path laid out before you from your angels and guides on the other side. And you go, well, this is cool. This is pretty special. And they go, yeah. Imagine doing this with us each and every day. Well, how do I do that? Well, you can take a course. You could do it another way. You could do it any way you want. But reach out to us, dear ones. Reach out to us in your own way each and every day. And we will be there for you. And you go, well, this is pretty cool. This is pretty special. And you go, I know Michael wants to wrap this up, but can I ask you just one more question right now? And they say, dear one, you can ask us anything. So I'd like you to put your pen to paper right now. I'd like you to imagine, truly feel into that you are writing to your highest level angels, guides, to your higher self right now. And ask them whatever question is on your mind. And then see or feel what appears on the page before you. And no, this is not the automatic writing that I teach. This is a beautiful meditative process when you're reaching out to the other side. But see or feel what they have to share with you, beginning now. Can you feel the love? Can you feel the support? Can you feel the sweetness of your angels and guides by your side? And as you wrap this up, I would always end, you could write it right in your journal, right here and now in your mind's eye. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. And as you come back, and you can go into this secret special journal anytime you want, and of course, Tuesday, I would love to teach you automatic writing in this physical plane, which isn't so physical at all. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? So I send all my love your way. I see so many beautiful souls who are doing automatic writing. How does it get any better than this? I'd love to see you Tuesday. Again, we'll help you out if you can't make it. It is so important. It is so powerful. Not just automatic writing. Again, that's the technique. I'm going to call it it ain't my, but that's the technique that I teach and have written a bestseller on. But there are other beautiful techniques as well. Just pick your technique. Pick one technique and start right away, because what your angels and guides need you to hear right now is that they're by your side. They're waiting to communicate with you, and they have a lot to say and want to take your questions as well. So lots of love. Thank you, Aya Bear. Thank you, Ann Bear. Thank you, Bavik, Super Bobs. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you to Kelly. Thank you to our entire dream team. And thank you, and thank you, Miracle. And how does it get any better than this? Lots of love, everyone. Have the most amazing evening ahead, and I'll see you again soon. Woohoo! Lots of love. Oh, let's put on music from my sister, literally my sister, Ayla Ray. Lots of love.
Every day there's a new horizon. Birds keep on singing, earth keeps on spinning. Time to toss any fears that rule you. Dance to vibrations, no limitations.